And we are back with what may very well be our last turn. So we are going to... He's going to take one move action to move down there. And we are going to interact with the Dimensional Rift again. A circle of runes is carved into the wooden floor and adorned with various ritual objects. It was recently used to create a rift, but you think it could be used to reverse it by applying information you have gathered about the ritual or by using your own occult knowledge. Perform the ritual. Remember in the last one, we finally figured out that puzzle and got some information while in another world. Oh, crap. Picking out the details from the evidence you have gathered, you perform the counter ritual to the best of your ability. Make a lore check. You may discard any number of evidence to convert an equal number of clues to successes. And I do have some evidence. I have circumstantial evidence. So let's go ahead and roll my lore, which is 2. And I got a success and a clue token icon. So I'm going to spend my circumstantial evidence to make 2 successes. Now, this is the good thing about this game and this app. If 2 successes isn't enough, it remembers that we've already got 2 successes towards closing the ritual in future attempts. So confirm. You recite the chant and perform the motions. You feel energy shift in the room. This ritual is closer to completion. And that is my turn. So next is Sister Mary.
So she will move towards the interaction token, and she will interact with the rift.
The ritual to close the portal has been started. You can continue the ritual by applying information you have gathered or by using your own occult knowledge. Picking out details from the evidence you have gathered, you perform the counter ritual to the best of your ability. Lore check. You may discard any number of evidence to convert an equal number of investigation icons to successes.
And if she needs it, she does also have evidence. I have the old journal, and I have a grotesque stone statue.
Nice. And your lore is what?
And my lore is 4. So.
And she rolls failure, failure, success, failure.
And that doesn't do me a whole lot of good.
Well, let's see what 1 success is. Maybe we were only 1 success away. You recite the chant and perform the motions. You feel the energy shift in the room. The ritual is closer to completion. Well, shoot.
I contributed, sort of.
So this is probably going to be an ugly Mythos face. With a start, Sister Mary snaps out of a fugue state to see smashed finery and deep gouges on the nearby walls. Could she have caused the damage in a blind rage? Probably. Sister Mary, I don't even think she needs to be the insane from the magic for that to happen. I'm dubious of her status as a nun to begin with. Sister Mary suffers 3 damage, strength plus 1 negate. Then she flips all of her damage face up.
I only have 1.
Oh, good. Well, your strength plus 1 to negate 3.
Okay, well, she has a strength of 3, so I'm going to roll 4 dice.
1, 2, and a... you can use your...
I can use my lucky cigarette case to negate that last.
You still have to flip over the other, though. Right? Because that wasn't... if it...
Then she flips.
Yep.
And it was just a minor injury, so...
Good. Nice. That could have been ugly. Ooh! Woo! We're going right in. So let's have Sister Mary interact with it.
Yeah, that was going to be my... Okay, so I have...
Sister Mary is going to try to complete the ritual. And you still have 2 pieces of evidence, correct?
I still have 2 pieces of evidence. Okay. The grotesque stone statue and the old journal. So I'm going to roll my lore of 4. I rolled 2 successes, a blank, and a clue. I will discard the grotesque stone statue to turn that clue into a success. So I have 3 successes.
That has to do it.
I hope
you recite the chant and perform the motions. You feel energy shift in the room. The ritual is closer to completion.
Come on,
Gonna
man.
do it again?
Yes.
So she's going to spend her second action to roll lore again. And she still has 1 piece of evidence.
So I got 1 success, 2 blanks, And I will discard the old journal to turn the clue into, or search into, a success. So I have 2 successes.
You've completed all the necessary actions and chants. You speak the eldritch words and complete the counter ritual. Energy surges from the ritual circle and the rift knits closed in front of your eyes. An eerie quiet falls over the mansion. It is over.
Woohoo!
You finish the incantation and scatter the last of the components across the cut's ritual circle. For a moment, you worry nothing will happen. But then, a sickly green energy leaps from the circle and surrounds the shimmering gateway. As you watch, the ragged edges of the portal knit together, sealing off the other world, leaving no evidence it was ever there. A meteor, the official story says, ironically struck the home of amateur astronomer William Vanderbilt. You alone know the truth of what happened that night, but who could ever believe you?
All right, and if I am correct, that should be the end of the narration on your end. And I'm going to tell you this: we played this exact same scenario with a group of people a few weeks ago, and it didn't go anything like this. It was very different. So, in closing, our closing opinions, because we got a couple minutes that we can play with on this video. We played the same scenario twice. 2 very different experiences.
This part of the map here was the same, I believe, but the outside part was actually different.
Yeah.
And we encountered Vanderbilt outside. In
and
this
then
garden conservatory area.
We had to get an artifact out of because we recovered an artifact
right.
that they were using for the ritual.
And we needed to get it outside
and we
the house.
needed to escape the house with it. So it was very different. So you could play this game, the same scenario, multiple times and have different experiences. Not to mention, there are so many different characters if you have the first edition of the game, and even with the base game, you have 8 characters. So if you have a group of 4, you could play this twice with no duplication of characters, and because the characters play differently, you're going to have a very different experience. And the random aspect of this game, like we had more zombies in the last game. You know, here we had a Byakhee we had Byakees and witches and the weird slug thing, and yeah, somebody set something on fire. And in the last game, we had a lot of zombies. There were a lot of zombies and cultists.
Oh, in the last game we had the fire.
Yeah, in the first game, there were a lot of zombies and cultists running around the mansion. So yeah, no, it played very differently. So that I think that's very exciting. This is a much larger replay value than the first Arkham.
I think it started like the exact same. The first couple of turns felt the same, and then the further that we went along, it seemed to differ.
Yeah, because I remember we went in and it was the same snake thing and rescuing Eugene, but that was really it. After that, things took a very sharp turn, and it was a very different experience. It felt different. It felt like a different game. So yeah, in closing, my opinion is it's a steep price tag. And if that's a barrier getting into it, I absolutely understand. Because $85 is not cheap, especially when you look at, it used to be, back in the day, you'd spend $80 on a Fantasy Flight game, and you got a box, friggin' 3 feet long, just chock full of tiles and miniatures. It was a box this big. I couldn't have fit the box in the screen. Yeah, we called it the coffin boxes. And that's not to say this box is small, but it was only maybe half filled. The other reason it's filled now is because we have all the first edition stuff. So the price is definitely a sticking point for me. But that said, I have absolutely no regrets about buying the game. I think it's fantastic. I think we're going to play it quite frequently.
The interactive app, I think, really helps build the feel of the game and the theme of the game. And helps with a lot of the kind of the bookkeeping kind of stuff, so nobody has to be the bad guy. And I'm really excited to try it with Descent.
Right. Now that's it. When Mansions of Madness, I never really had a problem being the bad guy. I thought it was kind of fun, but I always found it to be a drag in Descent. which is why we never got into Descent 2nd Edition, because the Overlord role in Descent I always thought was kind of a bore. But now that it's fully cooperative with the app, just like this, I'm very curious about it, and we are definitely going to get it, and we're definitely going to do videos for the channel with it. I just don't know when. But yes, closing thoughts for Mansions of Madness. If you can get past that price point, or if you can find it cheaper somewhere, I definitely give this game 2 thumbs up. It's well worth it. It's very fun, and I can see my wife and I sitting down and playing this again, especially with Halloween coming up. Where we'll play it, maybe not every week, but once a month anyway. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the full game. You know, I'm trying to do more of these. We're gonna, in the future, we got Runebound that we're gonna play. We might get some games, a Star Wars the card game thrown in there. We got some more fringe games, Forgotten Kings, and what's the other one called? Arcadia?
Yes.
Arcadia. We're going to start playing some Dice Masters. I got Fury of Dracula. We got the Justice League board game I want to get a video done on.
Armada.
Star Trek Armada. Might do some
Wars.
Star Wars Armada. Star Wars Rebellion. And we got a ton of Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is next, maybe next on the list. Especially with Halloween coming up, though, we're going to do a ton of Halloween stuff. Last Night on Earth. Jesus. We might play a game of Touch of Evil one night when we just don't care about sleeping at all. So we got a ton of stuff coming up. If you enjoyed this, please give my videos that thumbs up, like, subscribe, helps the channel out, and let me know what would you be interested in seeing us do a tutorial and a playthrough for. All right, hope you had some fun. Thank you.